welcome to my channel. How you doing? Bonnet Babe and Bonnet Babe Jr. in the cuts. Back for another mother-loving video. Today I'm going to be talking about mental health and mental abuse. I did a video before this. That's the reason I'm still in the same outfit, and she's still in the same outfit, so don't judge us. I'm trying to get it, so I'm doing 2 videos today, and I might even do one tomorrow. So I'm going to start with a story time. It's going to be about the time I was mentally abused by my boyfriend. The camera is over here, but so I'm looking kind of funny. There it is. So, I would say way before Boo's years. She's almost 2, so about I would say 4 years ago. Alright, that's a little bit better. About 4 years ago, I dated this guy who was, his name is Anonymous, and, excuse me, and, first I'm a firm believer that sometimes God puts people in your life for a season, and sometimes God puts people in your life for long term. I'm a mom, so if you don't like seeing the baby in the background, this ain't the video for you. So I was just randomly walking down the street one day, and I walked across his place of business, which I'm also going to say it was Anonymous. I might do another video on that. So we worked at this adult toy store. I have stories about that. And so I walked across, and he came outside or whatever. We talked. Long story short, we winded up dating. Okay, baby shark, baby shark. All right. Shh. Thank you. So we winded up dating, and I feel like I really just didn't feel like getting dressed much. So this is my t-shirt, and I try to be girly with the. So yeah. So we ended up dating or whatever, and it was okay at first. You know, I was not in the best mindset. I had a lot of other stuff going on, but for the most part, you know, I was okay. So, Bonnet Babe Jr. But, so anyway, let me stop for a minute. I did it, so I was not in the best mindset because I was going through a lot of stuff. And he was there for me a lot. You know, I ended up staying with him for a little bit, you know, things like that. In that, I realized that he was a controlling person, and he would just say things like, I was natural. I'm still natural. And back then I was trying to grow out my natural hair, because I had been getting perms. And so I was trying to let the perm hair grow out and let my natural hair come in without cutting it, because you can also do that, you know. So he would say, like, your hair's not cute, and you should just cut it all off. And things like that. Like, you shouldn't wear that. I would just wash and go. Like, that was my thing, just wash and go. So, you know, wash and go and still curly, honey. I really didn't have to do too much. Y'all, she gonna mess with this camera. That's why my hand keep going like, don't mess with my setup, please. But, so, you know, he would say stuff like that. And in that, it started making me think that he was right, you know. I got to the point where I started getting my hair cut. And, just because he said so. And not necessarily because I wanted to, because I didn't and I shouldn't have. You know, that's something that, I'm not going to say I necessarily regret the things that I did because, you know, it just makes you who you are today. So, but, I feel like I wish I was smarter, you know. But, so I cut my hair off. Gone. Completely. And when I did that, I actually went to his aunt, I believe, cousin. She does hair. So he took me to her. And he was like, you know, we had been talking about it and stuff. And I'm just like, I don't know if I really want to cut my hair. Like, I don't want to start all the way over. You know, like, your hair is a big part of your life, you know, whether you like it or not. Like, it can make or break your face, you know what I'm saying? You got to be confident in things that you do and all that. So I went to her and he was there. He took me. And I was just like, you know, telling her what was going on. And she was like, you really want to cut it all off? And she was like, because it's not even that damaged. She was like, we can just cut the ends and you'll still have healthy hair. And I'm like, oh, really? You know, and then as soon as I said that, he's like, no, she needs to cut it all off. Like, she needs to start all the way over. And we already talking about this. And da-da-da-da-da. And da-da-da-da-da. And I'm paying for it. So, therefore, this is what we're going to do. So, I was just like, let's cut it. Let's cut it. And that started, like, a whole nother thing for me, you know? That started, like, my confidence went down. You know, you start feeling bad about yourself. Like, it was just like a whole mental thing. Like, there was days where I just didn't want to get up. Like, I didn't do my hair because I did not like it. And it was just too much for me, you know? And I felt like he would even say stuff like, oh, you need to get your teeth fixed. Oh, you need to get your teeth cleaned. But you know what I'm saying? Like, not necessarily how I'm saying it. You know, it would be like, this is what you have to do. And you have to lose weight. And, you know, stuff like that. And I'm just like, you ain't the smallest in the bunch. But no, I wouldn't say that. But, he just kind of, like, broke me in a sense. He was just too much for me. Like, his personality and everything, he was just so overbearing, and so he was just like too protective, and he was too controlling, and it was just too much for me. I had never experienced anything like that because my mom always, you know, she taught us to be who you are, be confident, love yourself, boo, because nobody else. Honey, I could preach to you, you know what I'm saying? And so we grew up like that. I grew up knowing, regardless of how somebody else feel, I'm born to babe. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then this man comes into my life and everything is just completely different. Like, things change. Like, you know, I just didn't want to hang out with my friends. Like, I didn't want to go hang out with my family. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. Because people who love you, who really love you, they peep stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so, and my mom, she's really in tune with things. Like, she knows before I even tell her. So, I try to keep my distance from those people because I also just didn't want to be judged. You know what I'm saying? I was young and I was confused, and I just had all these emotions and all this stuff going on, and it caused me to be depressed, you know? And so, long story short, he wanted to breaking up with me. Because I had got to the point where I couldn't offer him any more emotion. You know, I couldn't cry. I was never happy to see him, you know, things like that. Like, I didn't communicate with him for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would reach out to me during the day or whatever. We also worked together. So it was just like, you're constantly here, and it's constant. You're irking me, you know? And you, instead of building me up to this queen that I am now, you know what I'm saying? You try to break me down, put me beneath your feet. Like, so we broke up. He broke up with me. He was just like, you know, things aren't the same. I don't know what's going on with you, but I'm tired of it. And I'm going to let you go. And me being me, I'm like lost, you know, in a sense, you know. I'm confused, I'm upset, I'm angry, like, I have all these emotions, and literally as soon as he broke up with me, my life got better, you know? Like, it took me a minute to kind of get back on things and kind of figure out who I am and who I wanted to be, and it took a long time of self-discovery, you know? So, with all that being said, I had to pick myself up, and I had to do a lot of affirmations. You know, I had to constantly tell myself I'm beautiful and I'm this, I'm that. Like, you can't tell me anything now, honey. Like, I think so highly of myself. Like, hate's gonna hate, you know? But it took me a long time to get here, like an extreme amount of time. Like, even after I had her, and I didn't even have her with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took me a minute. And it's just because, like, he broke me completely. And to this day, you know, if I see him or whatever, we've talked about it, and, you know, I'll speak, but I can't allow myself to hang with him. I can't allow myself to communicate with him. Like, I can't do any of that because it's going to bring that old me back. And I refuse to move backwards. And so this is why mental health is so important, you know. You just have to know, like, if you're in a relationship like that, first of all, it's time to pack up and go. Like, and I know that it's easier said than done. And I'm not saying, like, okay, in the reality of things, if you're in a relationship like that, if you've been in a relationship like that, then it's not going to be something that happens overnight. But it's time for you to start working on it. Start doing little affirmations, honey. Put right up on the mirror, or get your little sticky note, write down on a piece of paper. Do something wherever you can see it. Put notes in your phone, honey. Whatever you have to do, do it. Tell yourself, I'm beautiful. Honey, I'm strong. I'm worth it. You know what I'm saying? Just go through the list of everything that you need to be. I'm a queen. Like, do those things. I'm powerful. Speak life into yourself. If nobody else is going to do it, nobody else is telling you, do it yourself. Do it for yourself. If you feel like you need to lose weight or whatever, and you feel like you need to do it for yourself, and ain't nobody else telling you a damn thing, then that's what you need to do. Go do it. Stop making excuses. Stop feeling sorry for yourself, honey. Pick yourself on up. Because I had to. You know what I'm saying? And so, I don't know, I'm on a rant. Somebody need to hear this. That's all I know, because it's just coming out. Somebody need to hear what I got to say today. So, but yeah, And so I found myself being depressed with him. And so after he left, I was still depressed. I still was bald headed. I was still upset. I was still, you know what I'm saying? I was still all these things with or without him. I mean, without him, not with him. Without him after he left. That's how it was. That's how he left me. And so I had to you can do two things. You can either accept it and continue to be in the situation that you're in, or, my friend, you can do something about it. Communicate. Maybe somebody who put you down and stuff like that, they don't know. Maybe that's, I don't know, communicate. I don't like when you do that. I don't like when you call me fat, even though you joking. Like, I don't like it. Say stuff like that. And see how things change. If things don't change from there, guess what you gotta do? You gotta pack your shit and you gotta go. Or pack his shit and put his ass out. That's what you gotta do. Why? Because you don't need anybody negative in your life. You don't need anybody who's going to put you down. You don't need anybody who's going to just speak negative over you. We ain't doing no negativity in 2020. We're not. For what? We left that a decade ago. Okay, so, what helped me was getting up every day, getting dressed, doing my hair, doing my makeup, you know what I'm saying, getting out of the house. Too many times, if you're stuck in the house, you're gonna be depressed. Like, you need to get out. You need to get some sun. Like, even if you just go in the backyard, sunbathe, you know what I'm saying, or be out there in the shade or whatever. Get out the house. Get that funk off of you. You know what I'm saying? Clean your house. Like, after you get rid of this person, clean your house. Clean, bleach, whatever. Or if you moving, then still do the same thing. Like, you want to welcome in all positive vibes into your space, into your head, and you know what I'm saying? So you want to wipe down, you know what I'm saying, keep it clean and things like that. Like, let the fresh air in if it's not too cold. Like, do stuff like that. That helped me a lot. And then too, something that you're probably not going to want to hear. Cut your circle. Hold on, I think somebody out there. No, I can see there's a window right there. And I can see somebody at the door. But, cut your circle. You got all these people in your life. They ain't doing nothing for you. They ain't trying to speak no positive over you. They're not trying to make money moves. They trying to do the same thing they was doing in 2019. Guess what? Drop them. Drop them. Drop them. You know what I'm saying? Or love them from a distance. Like, I don't need you in my circle. If you're going to be negative, if you're not trying to get nowhere, I'm trying to get a mother-loving bag. And I mean, I'm not talking about just 1, 2, 3. I'm trying to get everything possible. So, you got to hang around people who have the same mindset as you, or the mindset you're trying to get to. So that you can be there, so that you can start believing and you can start seeing it. You can start seeing these people who have manifested all these things into their life, or who've gone and gotten them. You know what I'm saying? People who have the most confidence. Like, hang with people like that. People who have really good mental health, or who've gone through, who've had bad mental health and now they're in a better space. Like, follow their story. You know what I'm saying? Figure out, like, what they did. You don't have to follow them exactly. You can take from this person, take a little bit from that person. You know what I'm saying? And there you go. And I think that mental health is very important to a lot of things. First of all, mental health is important because You don't want to be depressed. You don't want to not have confidence. You know, people are drawn to confidence. People are drawn to, you know what I'm saying? People who just seem like they, you know, they got it going on. People are drawn to that. So if you're all like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Shake it. Shake it off. Shake it. You still living, you know? There's people who are, and I'm not saying I'm not saying any kind of abuse is okay, because it's not. If you're being abused in any kind of way, my email is here. My Instagram is here. I'm here. Talk to me. Like, you don't even know me, but talk to me. You know what I'm saying? There are people who are being actually physically abused and mentally abused, and you know what I'm saying? And so for those people, like, I can't tell you what to do. You know, there's too much trauma there for, I don't even know what to say. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't condone any of that. But my advice to anybody who is going through a similar situation or something worse, or, you know, or you're just kind of like stuck in a rut, like you don't really, you know, your confidence gone down. I had a baby that, I'm telling you, like, it hit me. Take it one day at a time. First thing, know that you need help if you're looking for help, and start seeking it. Whether it's a counselor, a therapist, mom, dad, like friend, neighbor, me, anybody. Like, find somebody that you trust, for one, because there are people out there who won't have your back the way you think they would. Find somebody you trust and talk to them. You know, and then go from there. Take it one day at a time. Shoot, even if you don't get up and pack all your stuff and go. Start doing your affirmation. Start, you know what I'm saying? Like, start being that positive person. Start there. Start telling yourself you're beautiful every single day. Start putting a little bit of makeup on your face, or whatever it is that makes you feel beautiful. Doing your hair, putting on earrings, or whatever it is. Just do it. Do it. I'm begging you, because the minute you start working towards something better, baby, I'm telling you, you'll never, ever in your life accept this shit again. But it's a mindset thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it requires 110%. Not 5%, not 2%, not 50%. It requires you to be 110% in. Mentally, physically, like, you have to eat, sleep, breathe it if you want things to change. And I know that there are people who are not lucky enough to get away, or there are people who will never understand that they're worth something more. And, you know, my heart goes out to those people, because it's the most traumatic thing you could ever go through in your life. And I don't wish it for nobody. You know, I don't wish it for my worst enemy. No kind of abuse. And that's just, you know, that's honest. I think that I've been rambling for a while. But I just want to say, you know, to anybody who is watching this that is going through something, that's being, you know, or just doesn't have the best confidence, you know, whatever it is, love yourself. Know that you're worth it, because you are. I love you. You ain't even gotta know me, but I see you over there. You bomb, you fire, you know what I'm saying? Come back and watch my videos every day, and I'll tell you how beautiful you are. I'm not lying. I got your back. you can reach out to me. I'll put my email down there. My Instagram is will be in the description. Leave me a comment. I promise you, like, we'll do it together. 2020, honey, we got it. We got it. It's gonna be okay. Like, trouble don't last always. The minute you understand that you worth something and that you want to do something bigger than yourself, or you want to get out of your situation, you already took the first step. You know that, right? You already took the first step. So, I'm just rambling at this point, but I love you. Please reach out to me. Communicate with me in any way. If you email me or DM me, it will stay anonymous. I promise. I'm not out here to leak nobody or nothing like that. I'm gonna make a change in 2020. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna change somebody's life, and I promise. I manifested that just right here, right now. Manifested that. By the end of 2020, I'm gonna change somebody's life. There it is. So please, if you want to see it, like, comment. But best of all, baby, subscribe and turn on them notifications so you can be notified every time I post. Okay? Like I said, email and Instagram is down in the description. It's probably going to be the only thing in the description. I love you. Bonnie Babe Jr. loves you. You're going to be okay. Peace.